Can daily coffee consumption prevent or slow dementia? You might be curious to find out. This intriguing question leads us into an area of ongoing research that intertwines the worlds of our daily brew and cognitive health. Some studies are suggesting potential benefits of coffee consumption in relation to dementia. But like every scientific endeavor, individual responses can vary, and we need more research for conclusive evidence. Is it the antioxidants in coffee that play a role, or perhaps the effects of caffeine on cognitive function? Could coffee have neuroprotective effects or influence the risk of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's diseases? Maybe it's about inflammation, blood-brain barrier permeability, or even tau protein accumulation. As we delve into these scientific and medical considerations, we hope to shed some light on the complex relationship between daily coffee consumption and dementia. So let's delve into the scientific and medical considerations related to this topic. Firstly, let's talk about antioxidants. Coffee is rich in them, but how does that relate to dementia? Well, let's dive into the science. Coffee is a treasure trove of antioxidants such as chlorogenic acid. These superheroes of the molecular world help neutralize free radicals in the body. Now you might be thinking, free radicals sounds like a political group. Not quite. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can damage cells and are implicated in the aging process and neurodegenerative diseases. Now, how does your morning cup of joe fit into all of this? Moderate coffee consumption, around 3 to 5 cups per day, could potentially have a protective effect against dementia. This is because coffee contains not only antioxidants but other compounds that can improve blood vessel health and reduce inflammation in the brain. Remember though that while coffee might be a delicious beverage, it's no magic potion. Individual responses to coffee can vary greatly, and more research is needed to conclusively prove these potential benefits. So while it's okay to enjoy your daily brew, it's important not to overdo it or to rely on it as a sole preventative measure against dementia. So, antioxidants in coffee might play a role in preventing dementia, but what about caffeine? Well, that's a whole other kettle of fish, and we'll dive into that in the next scene. Stay tuned. We all know caffeine can give us a mental boost, but can it improve cognitive function in the long term? Well, caffeine, a natural stimulant found in coffee, has been linked to better cognitive function. It can enhance alertness, concentration, and mood, all of which could potentially benefit brain health. Imagine this. You've just had a cup of coffee. The caffeine in it stimulates your nervous system, making you feel more awake and focused. This isn't just an immediate effect. Some research suggests that regular intake of caffeine can lead to sustained improvements in cognitive function over time. But of course, it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. The effects of caffeine can vary greatly from person to person. This is particularly the case for individuals living with dementia. Some studies indicate that caffeine might amplify anxiety and behavioral symptoms in people with Alzheimer's disease. On the other hand, there are also studies suggesting that caffeine could enhance cognitive function and mood in individuals with mild cognitive impairment. It's a complex picture, and it's crucial to remember that how caffeine affects one person could be entirely different from how it affects another. But overall, the potential cognitive benefits of caffeine cannot be ignored. Caffeine may have potential benefits, but it's not the only component of coffee that could affect our brain health. So let's look at other ways coffee could impact our cognitive function in the next scene. Some studies suggest that coffee may have neuroprotective effects. Let's explore this further. Coffee, loved by many for its taste and caffeine kick, is packed with components like polyphenols and, of course, caffeine. These ingredients might play a key role in protecting our neurons, the vital cells responsible for transmitting information throughout our brains. Polyphenols, a type of antioxidant found in coffee, have been the subject of numerous studies. They're believed to help protect our neurons by neutralizing harmful free radicals in our bodies. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can cause damage to our cells, and they've been linked to various health issues, including cognitive decline and other neurodegenerative diseases. Caffeine, the star player in your morning brew, is also believed to have neuroprotective properties. It's known to block receptors for a neurotransmitter called adenosine. By doing so, it may help to reduce brain inflammation and slow down the cognitive decline associated with aging. While the potential neuroprotective effects of coffee are promising, it's important to remember that research is ongoing. Scientists are still working to understand the full impact of coffee on our brain health. But next time you're sipping on your morning cup, take a moment to appreciate the potential benefits it could be providing to your neurons. That's not all. Coffee has also been associated with a reduced risk of certain diseases. Regular coffee consumption has been associated with a reduced risk of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's diseases. This intriguing link has been the subject of numerous epidemiological studies, which have consistently reported a correlation between the regular intake of coffee and a decreased susceptibility to these neurodegenerative conditions. The crux of these studies revolves around the potential impact of coffee on protein aggregates in the brain. These protein aggregates, known as beta-amyloid plaques and tau tangles, are hallmarks of Alzheimer's disease, while the accumulation of a protein called alpha-synuclein is characteristic of Parkinson's disease. In the context of Alzheimer's disease, coffee's potential effects are thought to be linked to its bioactive compounds that may inhibit the formation of these detrimental protein aggregates. As for Parkinson's disease, the caffeine in coffee is believed to block a specific receptor in the brain, which consequently could reduce the risk of developing this condition. However, it's crucial to remember that while these findings are promising, they don't provide a definitive answer. The exact mechanisms through which coffee might exert these protective effects are not fully understood. Also, the extent of these effects could vary greatly among individuals due to genetic and lifestyle factors. Apart from neurodegenerative diseases, coffee might also influence our brain health through its anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic inflammation is linked to various diseases, including those affecting the brain. Can coffee help? It's a question that researchers are currently exploring. Chronic inflammation, you see, can trigger a cascade of harmful effects in the body and brain, potentially leading to conditions like Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. So where does coffee come in? Well, coffee is known for its anti-inflammatory properties. It contains compounds such as chlorogenic acid and caffeine, which are believed to help reduce inflammation. When you sip your morning brew, these compounds get to work, potentially helping to dampen the inflammatory response in your body. But what does this mean for brain health specifically? While more research is needed to fully understand the connection, some studies suggest that these anti-inflammatory effects of coffee could contribute to overall brain health. The idea is that by reducing inflammation, coffee may help protect the brain from the harmful effects of chronic inflammation, possibly slowing the progression of neurodegenerative diseases. In other words, your daily cup of coffee might be doing more than just waking you up. It could also be contributing to a healthier brain by combating inflammation. However, it's important to remember that coffee is just one piece of the puzzle when it comes to brain health. A balanced diet, regular exercise, and good sleep are also crucial. Coffee's benefits might even extend to protecting the brain from harmful substances. But remember, moderation is key. Too much of a good thing can sometimes lead to negative outcomes. So enjoy your coffee, but also take care of your brain in other ways. Caffeine has been shown to increase the integrity of the blood-brain barrier. But what does this mean for our brain health? Well, let's unpack this. The blood-brain barrier is a unique feature of our bodies, acting like a bouncer at a club, deciding which substances in our bloodstream get the VIP pass into the brain. Caffeine, it turns out, is like a good word with the bouncer. It has been shown to tighten up this barrier, making it more selective. This means potentially harmful substances are less likely to sneak past the velvet rope and into your brain. Now, let's turn our attention to something called tau proteins. These little guys are a normal part of our brain structure. However, in conditions like Alzheimer's, they can accumulate and form tangles, disrupting the normal functioning of our neurons. Here's where coffee comes back into the picture. Some research suggests that coffee consumption may have an impact on this tau protein accumulation. It's like having a cleanup crew that prevents these proteins from overstaying their welcome and causing trouble. Keep in mind though, these studies are still in their early stages. Scientists are diligently working to understand more about how our daily Java might be influencing these processes. So whether you're a coffee lover or not, it's fascinating to see how our daily cup might influence our brain health. Today, we've explored the intriguing relationship between coffee and dementia. We've delved into the antioxidant properties of coffee, its potential cognitive benefits, and the neuroprotective effects it may provide. We also examined how coffee consumption may reduce the risk of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's diseases, its impact on inflammation and brain health, and how it might affect the blood-brain barrier and tau protein accumulation. However, the medical and scientific community continues to study this complex relationship. While some studies indicate possible benefits, it's essential to remember that individual responses can vary greatly, and more comprehensive research is needed for conclusive evidence. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coffee and its potential impact on dementia, we invite you to subscribe to our channel, MedSign Health 360. We aim to bring you more high-quality, intriguing, and challenging health topics. And don't forget to leave a comment with your thoughts on today's topic.